Kai sat up with a start. In an empty, grassy plain, there was a dull, aching throb in the darkness of his left eye. He quickly closed it as he shakily pushed himself into a sitting position. He looked around slowly, turning his head fully in a wide arc to see everything. Alyssa was curled on her side, head buried in her arms as she rocked back and forth, shaking like a leaf. He desperately wanted to hug her, but thought better. After everything, right now, it'd be better if he left her. His attention was pulled by a sharp and loud laugh. Autumn. We're alive! Isn't this amazing? Her eyes shined manically as she shot to her feet and went back laughing, giggling in bursts like hiccups as she cried. Gabriel was next to her, already wrapping the empty space where his right hand would have been in scraps of fabric. It was night, judging by the state of the old campsite the rest of the group had left days ago. So much for sticking together. Autumn giggled again as she stood, swaying slightly as if drunk. We should go. We don't want to sit here for long. We'll grow roots. As she did, she stumbled and jumped over the fifth form he had been avoiding looking at. The now lifeless form of Sarah, nose and mouth missing, flattened over, her head bent at an awful angle. Kai looked down at his hands. We can't yet, Kai said. We need to bury her. Autumn didn't seem to hear him. Gabriel gave him a look before mouthing. You get Autumn. I'll start on Sarah. Alyssa cried loudly, mouth moving as sounds that almost resembled words stumbled out. She seemed to get louder when she realized she couldn't be understood. Kai moved forward to help her, but stopped as she flinched away. He went to go find Autumn, as Gabriel held his sister.
It's a magical, mystical time. It's anecdotal adventure.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of City of Mist Kingmakers. I'm your Master of Ceremonies, Ashley, and these are my players.
I'm Cassidy, and I will be playing the character Alice Klein, who is the Rift of Wenshang Wong.
Tele, and I will be playing Adalaie, the Rift of Nemesis.
I am Sonya, and I will be playing Emma, the Rift of the Phoenix.
I'm Juno, and I'll be playing Jane, Rift of Hair.
And Simon, who plays Aron Frankel, the Rift of King David, will not be joining us for this episode. And last time on Kingmakers, our focal characters arrived in Skystud, where they met up with none other than Alice Klein, our newest addition to this group. They found the third statue, which gave perhaps a more violent prophecy than the last three.
Gonna be killing some people.
Yeah. That's what happened.
Yep.
But picking back up where we left off, we are still at the statue. So, what are you guys up to?
So
The
one
bell
thing I
thing
know for
appeared-
sure.
The bell thing appeared in most of them.
Yeah. One thing I
yeah,
know for
but all
sure
of
is
them,
that we need to
actually.
go the opposite direction, aka the bell tower.
The bell will ring the bell to end. Wait, we'll ring the bell. The end is near. The bell tolls the chime of end of time. And then ring the bell, the signal marking ending. It's basically the same thing each time. Ring the bell. Time ends. Or the ending here.
only truth and never lies. I guess there has to be something about us telling about our chosen person.
Could be.
Can't like amp them up or something.
Yeah.
And I guess we have to kill our enemies under Moon's life, but we also have an ally in one of our enemies.
So finding that out will be fun.
Yeah.
Already getting allyship with Silvers, I think. The people in the Mirror Grove are working on that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, the Mirror Grove is poisoned. Alec.
Do you know what the Mirror Grove is?
I do actually.
I figured if you've been here.
What do you know of? What do
you?
you know about? What do you know about this world so far?
That's actually quite a lot of information to give. I've been here only 2 weeks less than you guys, and granted, I haven't traveled as much, but
Like, what places do you not know about? Because I'm certain you know, like,
Probably
roughly the
Denal.
names of the places. Yeah.
That's a fair.
the Denal.
Yeah.
Do you know?
You've been to the Denal?
Yeah, that was one of our first few stops. Unwilling, but one of our first few stops.
Ezekiel got kidnapped
Ezekiel,
shortly into
yeah.
our journey, and we had to go rescue him.
And that
was
was
not
in
a
the
fun
Denal.
thing to do.
You guys made it back from the Denal, so it's not like the wild plains that they've painted it to be.
No, it's not. It's pretty civilized, actually.
Still equally dangerous.
They're dangerous. Mostly the
Interesting.
same dangerous that it is here, you know, with powerful people being corrupt and all that.
I can't wait to go.
You know, we're not going back.
Oh, you guys might not. Oh, I probably should have been a little bit more clear with that. The entire reason I'm here is because I don't want to go back to Earth.
Oh. Why? Or is that the rude question to ask?
No, it's not weird at all. I've seen it. I've experienced it.
All of
I'm
it.
growing unimpressed, and I need something new.
Well, you're
Well,
not gonna
it's
find
as
much
new as you
here.
can get.
You'd be surprised. The local culture is much more vibrant than... not much more vibrant, but it's reinvigorating. An entirely new place. The maps aren't full. They only know of 2 places, and no one's tried to circumnavigate the globe yet. An interesting challenge. We don't even know if it's a globe!
Here's a tip. When you're going
We
to
can
the
actually
Denal,
see if it's a globe doing a simple trick.
Yeah, but there's also magic here, and sometimes that gets tricky.
Just
here's
be
a nice
careful.
tip.
listen.
A nice tip when you're going to the Denal, everyone there is grayscale. So you will stick out like a sore thumb.
Fantastic.
I mean, unless you're a kid.
Unless you're a kid. Those ones look vaguely human. But
Yeah.
I mean, Alice
Not
looks
a kid.
It's
vaguely younger, though. You could probably pass
Not
as
like-
an older teenager.
like 18 or younger normally is the only ones that's the human. Once they get 18, they have a ritual to become, is it shadowling?
Nope, those are the zombies.
Are we
I'm pretty
older?
sure it's zombie one.
Are we older than Alice?
You probably look a little older than Alice.
Yeah.
Alex, how old are you? Because you seem like you've traveled the entire world. And
I have.
quite a feat for someone young.
Adalai's gonna look Alice up and down, look in her eyes.
Alice dead stares back.
Are you immortal?
Well, if anything, she's long living.
Yes. To both of those questions, to my knowledge.
Cool. How long have you been around?
let me, there's a little bit of math there. Hold on. That's 2020 at home. I think I'd be 175 this year.
So you would be about as old as my grandma would have been. I think. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know how old
That
your
is
grandmother
impressive.
is.
She's dead.
Good for her. I don't.
No wonder you wanted to travel to a different dimension. That makes sense.
Yes.
I mean,
Kind of
you got to
tired of it.
experience the 19th century. Well, 20th century, really, but got to experience that whole change.
Yeah. You got to experience the larger chunk of modern history.
And you saw 3 coronation.
I think I was only in attendance for one. I think one of them I was in China. Can't recall where I was for the other. At least the bigger the coronations that you're talking about.
Well, I mean, there was her
No.
father, there's the queen, and
Yes.
then there's her uncle who got dethroned after being found having an affair.
But I've been in attendance then more than 3 coronations in my. But yes, those big
yes.
coronations that everyone. Yes, I was only in England for one,
Wow.
I believe.
Now that is impressive.
Yes. Sure.
Well, sure enough, you'll see more coronations here pretty soon. Probably would be a bloodbath after most of them, but
Yes.
yeah.
So. That's what I meant. I don't have much waiting for me back there, except a vast fortune that I also gave to one of the mothers. I think I just gave her my stuff because I mentioned it, and I think I wrote it down somewhere, and like I did put my name on it, so I'm sure it's going to go to her.
Why?
I don't know. It was the grieving mother thing, and I'm leaving for an entirely new land. I cashed out as much as I could to bring in extra supplies and stuff like that, but I didn't need the rest of it, so I just gave it to her. I don't know. Like, what would you have done with your 175 years of fortune?
Well,
Oh,
first
you
I would put it with
invested.
interest, then that would increase over time, and then
That's what
after, if
you
I'm
did.
going to a different world apparently, I would probably give it away to multiple organizations to help people.
Yeah, I didn't have much time to plan.
Anyways,
She deserved a life. She gets it. It's fine.
Anyway,
surprised you didn't give her a heart attack.
the moon is starting to get higher in the sky as night falls.
Jane is gonna go find where
Prepare for
everyone.
battle. Stretch.
We need to sleep, Emma.
You do.
Yeah. It is your first night in town. Why don't you
There's nobody. We're not gonna go around
Go
killing
rest.
people, Emma. That's just stupid.
Yeah.
And we don't kill people in general. So why are you?
Guilt radiating off of Adalaie there.
Oh, we don't
more
kill
like
people in
embarrassment.
general.
More like
Spite.
embarrassment.
Yeah. I think it's wise that you guys go back the inn and just
Good.
sleep
Good idea.
for a night. I'll meet you in your inn tomorrow morning.
Good idea.
Alright.
We will follow Alice home as the rest of you go to the inn. So, Alec's house is actually in the richer quarter of the district because he lives near where he works. It's not rich looking on the inside. On the outside, it matches sort of the houses around it. But everything else is sort of on the drabber side.
Even though I've been living there for like 3 weeks, I knock on the door before I enter.
He kind of looks at you strange. Why do you keep doing that?
It's not actually my house, and I think I don't know. It feels rude to just, hello, I'm here.
But you don't need to knock, though. I've known you for like a month. You don't need to knock.
I'm gonna continue knocking. It feels more polite.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you say.
So I met some interesting people today. Exactly the people I came here looking for.
I should probably describe what Alec looks like.
Yes.
He is on the shorter side, tanner skin, curly black hair, very much a local resident, very bright green eyes. And nicer clothing, but still definitely peasant's clothing. But it's good that you found the people you were looking for.
They did something. I don't know what.
That's bad? Yes?
Yeah. With the amount of guilt I felt, very bad in my opinion.
Very bad then. Guilty conscience.
I think has to do with death of some sort. They did say they lost a friend, so maybe it's that whole self-guilt thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. You could, if you want to open wounds and pour salts over it, you could just try to bring up the friend over and over again and see the guilt meter.
No. They are clearly all very traumatized.
That's how you measure guilt.
I did poke and prod at one particular member who seemed to be extra guilty.
See, no need to say it's terrible to me. You did it!
Yes, but all of the others seem fragile.
Who felt fragile, though?
The one I poked and prodded at.
See, there you go.
But with that level of guilt,
responsible use of empathy powers.
With that amount of guilt, you did something, though. The rest of them felt guilty and sad.
Yeah, but if you're going to be like
sad.
Managing them since you found your missing people, you'll probably find out.
Yeah, probably.
Did they strike you as the sort that are good at keeping secrets?
No, they literally spilled everything right then and there. We're just like, here's all of the things we've experienced and all of the people we've met and the people who are probably our enemies. And by the way, can you show us around here? They're keeping some stuff. I know that for a fact, but I think they're keeping very little for me.
But it's obvious about, yeah.
Yes. One of them I think is in disguise of some sort. I cannot confirm.
Would you like my assistance? I'm pretty good at sniffing out magical disguises.
No. I think it might be similar to your situation.
Oh. Well then. How interesting.
Yes. Wasn't quite as guilty as the others.
Well, are you sure it wasn't just the wall
But it was,
thing?
but it's like wishy-washy. It's really hard. Like the whole Fae familiar thing. It's just different. I'll figure it out eventually, though. I will figure it out.
I mean, we do feel things, just differently.
Differently, so I just need to crack the code. And that's it. And that's, like, my thing. That's my thing. I can figure it out.
Yeah, well... Clearly you want this to be, like, your pet project mystery, so... Leave that to you. Oh, news from the massacre thing, since you were so interested. They got a hired out to a pretty famous detective. Her name is Shari. So, I'm pretty sure she'll be able to solve the case, considering the amount of blood that was spilled at the scene in her particular brand of magic.
Ooh, do tell.
She can do things with blood, basically. Track you, if she has a sample of your blood. Control you like a puppet.
Remind me not to do...
She doesn't usually do that one. She usually uses the tracking thing for detective stuff. She pretends to be blind.
Pretends?
She wears a blindfold. She's not actually blind.
That feels really rude to me.
That's for her safety. Her eyes are a pretty dead giveaway.
Oh, really?
That's why she wears the blindfold. Though she's a horrendously terrible liar, so she makes up a new excuse for why she wears the blindfold. She doesn't, I suppose, pretends to be blind is a little major. She wears the blindfold and then makes up excuses for why she's wearing it. Like, I think the last one I heard was, oh, I'm a monk, and this is my vow, I can't see evil. Or something.
But you see evil, that's like really metaphorical, and I don't think physically
religions do
help very
weird
much.
Physical things all the time to like show their faith. So I don't know if the lie went over well. I just know she spoke it. Though she gives like a different excuse every time, so everyone pretty much knows it's in jest.
And they have a particular interest in a museum and the statue.
Well,
Not the museum, an individual at the museum.
The weird appearing statue is kind of like weird, so I'm kind of interested in that too.
Apparently they think it's for them. And the fact that they've encountered 2 others makes me inclined to believe them.
Ooh, do tell.
I didn't get much of their conversation because they were mostly speaking to each other. But it seems that the others also carried a warning regarding where they were. Problems there. Speaking of that, actually, before I get distracted, they dropped a couple of names. Specifically, Estrella, who they believe to be dead.
Oh.
Murdered, specifically.
Did they kill her?
They said they killed her, and then they were like, well, not really us.
But whoever did deserves a medal.
Oh, really?
If they actually did. Estrella's not the nicest person.
If I'm able to suss out who killed her, I will give them a medal.
Fantastic. Actually, maybe I'll make a trophy. I doubt they actually did, though. She's a master of illusions. If she wants someone to believe she's dead, she's just gonna make herself look dead. That's a whole shtick. So they could have actually... I don't know, I wasn't there. They could have actually killed her. But I'm more inclined to believe she's still out there, just always. Though I'm a bit biased in that regard.
Yes. And of course, they also name-dropped Sylvis.
Why? How have they gotten involved? Have they gone to the Negroes?
Yes, and apparently there's a group of them there right now, which is interesting. Apparently they were not allowed to join the group there.
Why?
I think it has something to do with stealth.
Right up your alley.
I'm just saying... You know what? Sometimes I don't need you to point out my flaws.
What? We live together. That is exactly my job. I expect you to do the same. But our friends...
Yes, but in the...
Point out everything you're doing wrong.
I appreciate that. I appreciate having friends here. So the poem on the statue essentially was like blah 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 blah. Don't follow the lead. Blah 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 blah. You've read the poem on the statue, right?
I have read
Up at this point.
I took an
Okay.
epitaph of it. I was bored.
Yes. So they believe that they're supposed to do the exact opposite, go to the exact opposite of where the statue is pointing, so to the bell tower.
Well, that's
Because
good, or else they'd
there's-
be breaking and entering into the throne.
I know. It'd be
Dodged a bullet.
I can't say I actively discourage them going to the bell tower instead. Even if I don't think that was the lead it was talking about. Like, would it really refer? If you had to send a magical statue to get a point across to a group of adventurers who love making loud noises wherever they go, would you really be like, don't follow the lead, and then be like, the lead is the sword? Or would you be like, oh, the metaphorical lead that I'm talking about that you either have received or will receive? I don't think I'd make it the sword.
Well, I didn't make it. I don't know. I guess I'd be fairly obvious if I was trying to send a message to a bunch of loud people. I wouldn't make a poem at all. I'd just, hey, watch out.
Hey, go to the bell tower. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like,
Someone's going to try and kill you. You need to battle your enemies.
yeah.
This person's actually your friend. Like, you can use vague language to communicate with an individual person, and it gets the point across very well.
Yeah. I don't know. But I don't do poetry, so I'm not an expert.
It's really not my thing either, but, like, I've read a good bit of it, and, like, I see where they're going. It just feels not tricky enough, oddly.
You wanted to have more layers.
Yes! Could you imagine how disappointing it'd be to get a mysterious statue message, and in that mysterious statue message, when you go to dissect the poem, it means, hey, don't follow the statue? That'd be so disappointing. No, I want, like, if that statue message knew I was going to show up there, I would want the statue messenger to have some sort of premonition of a lead they were going to get, not just the statue itself. I don't know. I'd find it bland.
Only you, Alice, would find magically appearing statues with poetry on it bland.
There's no way it's the first time that's ever happened.
First I've heard of it.
I mean, I've never heard of it before, but in all of the years of the weird things I've seen, I'm sure it's happened. Maybe not with poetry, but I'm pretty sure there's statues that appeared out of nowhere.
Right. So what are they like? People you found.
A lot of them are super sweet. There are 2 children with them and not just one, which is a little bit alarming.
Aren't there supposed to be? You told me there was supposed to be
there's
2
a very-
children, right?
Yeah, but the other child is a 13-year-old boy, not a young girl.
9-year-old girl. Okay, I see the problem.
Yes. One of them that I think I like very much. There's 2 of them that I think I like very much that are just 2 very sad individuals. Those boys need a hug.
Empathy powers. A curse.
Yes. And then there are 2 girls who also need a hug, but also I feel need a reality check a little bit. Because they got zapped to a completely different place, and they still have this petty dislike for each other.
It's not like hatred or
What is that
anything.
about?
It's slight petty dislike.
It's a petty dislike. It is college girl dislike.
Oh
If I
my
had to put
god.
my money on anything, either one is trying to steal the other's boyfriend, one has stolen the other's boyfriend, or they are both actively pursuing the same boy.
Ooh.
It's a boy, maybe a girl. I can't really judge that. But I have seen some women do crazy things because both of them like boys. The same boy.
Got to play that out. Oh, how interesting.
It'd be interesting.
I don't know. Do I get to meet
And
your
then there's
friends now? Or you're gonna go off into a voyage? What did you tell
them
them?
to go home. I told them to go and to take a night of rest, mostly so I could come back here and gossip with you.
Okay,
And then,
but like tomorrow. I'm off work
I'll
tomorrow.
take you along with me.
Probably.
Oh, by the way,
Give me a
you are
second.
deeply, deeply sad. You are deeply sad by the loss of some of your close acquaintances in the massacre.
But I didn't. No, okay.
You are deeply sad by the loss of some of your acquaintances in the massacre. And you knew some young children there, and it is weighing on your soul heavily.
What did you
And I am helping you process your grief.
Wait. Was the lie pressing you told them about the massacre?
Yes.
Do you think that was involved?
I don't know yet, but I'm going to find out.
Dear God.
It was a children's birthday party.
It
If they
was
were
a
even a little bit involved.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I'll pick a person off the party list.
I don't think that'd be very hard with the number of children that were actually there. But, ooh, it wounds me so to think that one of them might be involved. I have a suspicion of who it is, but not confirmed.
Well,
I
you know
won't
what they
act on
say
it
about
until I know.
assumptions.
They make an ass out of you and me.
Is that the phrase where you're from? Okay.
What were you going to say about assumptions?
I was just going to say they make you look like a fool.
Oh.
Not have
But
but that's like a cool phrase, though.
Yeah, you make an ass out of you and me.
I'm going to use that. That'll get me in a history book somewhere. Made this phrase. Plagiarized this phrase.
I'm just saying that, like, etymologically speaking, very rarely does one person get credit for a phrase.
Well, I can be that person.
You're gonna be the one, be like, hey,
I mean,
scholar, look at this phrase I have come up with.
I'll be around.
Poetic.
I can take credit, though, because I'd be around for a while. If you made a phrase 100 years ago, if you came up with a cool shtick and then suddenly everyone is using it today,
I have
there's a story there. What is it?
so many stories. I've told you about all the things I've created, correct?
Most of them, probably. It's been 3 months. It's a kind of...
Do you know, can you guess how many of them I have credit for?
0? Because you look very angry.
Exactly 1.
Which one?
The pepper spray.
Well, that's a pretty useful one from what you've told me.
Yeah, but my favorites I didn't get credit for. Like, okay, radio signals to send messages. I just said it the wrong time, the wrong place, and someone else smart was like, oh, that's a wonderful idea. I think it's mine now. Cleats to play soccer. Like, hey, what if you could change the little nub things? And Adidas was like, oh, that's a wonderful idea. I think that our entire national soccer team should have them. And a stupid woman doesn't get credit for it. So many things I don't get credit for. So many phrases. Like a 175-year-old woman rich woman didn't come up with the phrase bougie.
Wine night. This sounds like a good wine night.
It really is a good wine night. I feel like I'm going to be taking care of a young child for the rest of the...
You feel like you're going to be babysitting and you'll pour 2 glasses of good wine.
Yes. And they seem like the sort to need healing.
Do you think you're going to be traveling then?
Maybe? I don't know. I really want to stick around here a little bit longer. But they really need some help.
Okay, do you want to, like, entrap them with friendliness? Less than Dreth this way. Hospitality to death.
That's what I was going. So I got them an inn at, which inn did I send them to? I sent them to the Duck's Cradle, I believe.
Oh,
And I
that's a
got
good
them
one.
got them a discount.
It's comfortable, they won't get robbed there. That's pretty nice.
Yeah. I kind of vaguely warned them about the shady parts of town that you warned me about, but
I mean,
I kind of just
shady
said
is
not bring the
operative.
children.
It's really just, don't go there with all your money.
Yeah. Split it
And-
50-50.
Because, I mean, the blooming black market has to happen somewhere.
And from what I've seen, that's a necessary part of counterculture, as long as it's not causing harm. So go for it.
I mean, I don't think anything super harmful is being traded down there that isn't also being traded on the surface, so...
Yeah. Back on Earth, my favorite black market is the whole CD and jeans thing that happened in Germany. So fun to sneak things back and forth.
You have some
Like the
crazy
jeans!
stories.
It was so funny. Yeah, a specific pair of pants were like an entire movement in one part of Germany.
That sounds wild.
It was wild, actually. Oh god, I don't know how I'm going to deal with these people.
Sounds
I'm
like...
emotionally exhausted, and I've known them for a day.
Oof. That's a problem. Take your mental health
Maybe
breaks.
even more of a problem. I will. I'll try. But, what if they are mass murderers? What do I do then? If I entice them with friendliness, I'm going to get attached to them.
That is the question. Well, coming from a person who's known a lot of mass murderers,
Yes. Your advice is welcome. I think I've only ever known one.
if they're repentant,
Mhm.
it's probably still okay to be acquaintances.
Is it?
I mean, from an immortal time span, and Fae perspective, yes.
I'm still new to this whole immortal time span thing.
It's
Morality
all
is still very
right
much a part of me.
if they're working to make up for their mistakes. Like, actively. If they're not, and they don't feel guilty, it's not. But I mean, most of my friends were in war, too, so I guess I also have, like, a bit of a different perspective on violence.
I get the war thing, I understand that, and the whole blind obedience to authority thing.
I don't know if it was blind. There's a lot of willingness in there, but...
Selectively visual obedience to authority. Oh, that makes me uncomfy. But if I don't see it again, did it really happen?
I think... patience is sort of the key to dealing with people.
Yeah.
And even evil people, patience is the key to dealing with them. If you outpatient an evil person, you've won.
I've outpatiented many a people.
Yeah, you have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Pretty much auto victory on a lot of your enemies. Just like, okay, I'll be back in 20 years to see if you're still standing. Later.
My issue is I don't hold grudges very long, so I can outpatient my enemies.
You're a very nice
But
person.
I forgive them before I like.
Maybe you need to have some more grudge carrying in your life.
I will for mass murderers, and I do for mass murderers. I don't know. I mean, the longest standing grudge I have was. I don't have one.
Well, I'm gonna go to bed so I can have the energy to meet your new friends in the morning.
I'm going to do the same. I'm tired and sore.
Well, cheers to hoping I'm not emotionally exhausted tomorrow. You down this drink.
Cheers. And she'll take the cup and take the bottle and go to her room.
Hey, don't drink all of that, that's the nice stuff!
Only half, enough to be not emotionally exhausted in the morning.
Aye. What did the rest of you do during that conversation? Did you just go back and go to sleep? Did you have your own powwow
No,
about
I would
Alice?
like to have adult conversations. Yes. Jane's gonna, like, once we're back in the room and, like, knowing the others are asleep, Jane's gonna, like, make
You
sure
probably
they're
got
asleep.
multiple rooms. Like, the guys got their own room.
Okay. Are the children asleep in the guys' room then?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So you guys got
Jane's
your
gonna,
own
like,
gal pal room to hunker down and talk.
Jane's gonna, like,
in another world, Jane and Emma are still roommates. There's no escaping it.
Is Ryan the only other guy?
Yeah. And
Ryan,
Kate's.
Aaron,
And Aaron, yeah. Jane's
And
gonna
Kate.
Felix, as Ezekiel, Cades,
Jane's
who
gonna, like,
doesn't need to sleep, so the point of a bedroom is kind of lost on him.
Jane's
It's a
gonna
nice place
wave.
to hang out.
Jane's gonna wave them over and be like, "Come on, Jen. We have to talk about stuff."
Okay. The adults have a powwow.
Yeah. Jane's gonna be
Yeah.
like,
Adult.
"Okay, so we told her way too much.
Well, she didn't know much anyways.
She didn't know much,
Sure.
and we told her way too much.
She knew pretty
And
much
we
all of
didn't
it
ask
anyways.
her enough questions at the beginning because it's really her who we need to be more cautious of."
Honestly, I'm pretty sure half this world knows our story by now.
Yeah.
So
I
what's
have
one
to
more
agree with
person to
Adalaie.
that?
Not all of
And it's
that.
not like we
and
spilled any secrets.
you forget that there are like 5 different people trying to kill us, and some of them are from Earth. So like,
right.
One of them, I think, is from Earth.
just keep that in mind. And
Shoot. What is
she was lying to us pretty blatantly, you guys. And I don't know if
What
any of
part?
you noticed it, but she does not have a friend who worked in that
I
castle
think
who knew people.
I think she does have a friend, just that they didn't work in the castle. I think she was trying to.
They do
She
not
kept on
know.
looking at me. She kept on
Yes.
looking at me, so
All right, and you can make a list of things we are definitely not letting her know. That is one of them, clearly.
unspoken. Yes.
I
Do
don't
you
think
want
she
her to
gets.
know about Cat? Is that
No.
also a no? Okay, that's
No.
also a no.
We do not want her to know about any of our powers, specifically what we
Not
can
specific-
do.
She already knows.
She does not know
No,
what
she
we
doesn't.
can do.
She has a
doesn't-
file on us.
She was not solicited by the school, and none of them are involved directly with people.
Are you
from-
sure?
All of them were not
She
people
seemed
that
to
we
know
knew.
pretty much a lot about us.
Yeah, but we don't know if she
Adalaie.
knows our powers. Let's not give that information openly. If she talks about it, then oh well, she knows.
Yeah, but
Doesn't?
we have to
Mm.
assume that she doesn't know things. If she already knows things, there's not much we can do.
What else are we keeping a secret?
Well, I mentioned wanting to do this earlier. This isn't really what we want to keep. Well, I kind of got the feeling that she didn't know about Felix, because she only said she mentioned 2 kids that were on the
yeah,
bus.
you got that vibe too.
Yeah.
It's really weird. And then she like wrote in the margins.
Well,
Yeah.
You mentioned him.
Felix wasn't supposed to be on the bus.
What do you mean?
The bus doesn't have a sign-up sheet.
No, just from what I recall from going through his memories with Maddie and Aron, that whole pizzazz.
Oh yeah, that. Wait, was I there for that? I
Yes.
was.
Yes, your connection in.
We need
Oh,
to
right.
we need to stop talking about how we want to kill people because that's not true.
Yeah, that's
We
not.
don't kill people, Emma. And well,
I had one slip up. Okay.
did you actually kill anyone?
No. I think the only people we've killed is in self-defense. No,
Yeah.
wait, the one in the lab. This is
That
like
was
the
still
8 people in the
self-defense.
labyrinth.
That was a killer be killed situation. I have to say that I think is self-defense.
One of them was.
The other
other-
were, I think, Athena killed because by then you were dead, and Athena was the one in your body.
Still, I kind of killed them.
Yeah.
Anyways, what else are we keeping secret?
We're not going to mention Matthias in front of Ezekiel.
Good. Good plan.
We already told her about Matthias dying.
Yeah,
No, in
that's
front of
You're
fine.
the one who brought it up.
I
too.
said in front,
In front
of
of
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I don't
that's
know
a
if we can
no-brainer.
trust her yet, so I'd like to hold off on giving her general information until we're more confident that she isn't here to kill us.
Some of our backstory stuff, I look at Jane. Some of that should
Yeah.
remain private.
I have to agree.
At this point.
Adalaie, you have no idea what's going on.
Nope.
I'd
Nah.
rather not everyone know that.
Adalaie, if she tries to guilt trip you again tomorrow, you have to keep in mind that the person that is with her is lying, and she was lying about them. If
Yeah.
presumably she attempts to, I don't know.
I'll try to stay with Kat since Kat seemed to be a good job at getting me out of that.
I feel like we shouldn't call her Kat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Can
you
we call her
kind of
Katrina?
already
Like
let that
Catherine
slip.
or something?
Kat,
Kat, what
Katrina.
name would you like? What's your
Katrina
human
or
name?
Catherine?
I've just
What's
been
your
going by
human
Cat,
name?
but I guess if I need a full name, I'd do like Catherine or something.
Catherine? Okay.
Something easy to
We
remember.
didn't actually say Kat's name. We didn't actually say.
We didn't say Catalina, we just said Cat.
No, we didn't even say that. We didn't even mention Kat.
I just
No,
said a
she
friend.
Yeah. Catalina will look at her and Kate's. We didn't introduce ourselves.
Nope.
Exactly.
So
I'll
maybe
keep
we
it
should
that
pick
way.
a name that has nothing to do with Cat in it at all.
Yeah.
It's easier to remember. And that way you guys can
Is a
still
good
call
one, I
me
think.
Cat as a nickname.
Kat.
Catherine?
Yeah, I think Catherine is a good one.
Cade, what about you?
I pretending to be your familiar? Oh, I guess there's a Cades in the city already, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could
Oh
be.
no!
I mean, we don't know if he's still in the city. Or if he's still
It's
bound
still
to
better to
somebody.
be safe.
But if he was
Who's
like
familiar?
someone's, am I pretending to be one of your familiars? Can't we just go with the
Presumably.
truth that I landed in? Why do we need to lie about my backstory?
Mm.
Well, I guess that's true. But what we need an alias for you, Cade, so what's it gonna be?
I'm pretty. He looks down at himself. I'm pretty obvious. A change of name won't do much.
You can physically you could just I don't know. Never mind.
Can't you change your color?
Yeah, you can change your color.
I
and-
could try, but I'm not really my specialty to make myself look different.
I mean, I
Yeah.
remember you turning orange once.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, but that was for the joke. I made myself a moth.
Huh.
An orange moth. I guess it's not too different. I could probably manage pinky orange, more mothy than butterfly.
That
Yeah.
would work.
Put some fur on this coat.
And what
Then
name
you
would
look all
we
snazzy.
use? Yeah, what name should we use?
Oh god, I'm terrible with aliases. Adalaie,
Albert?
give me one.
Albert.
Absolutely
That is
not.
That is a human name.
That's terrible.
I don't know. That's the person that came to mind. Centra?
Centra's fine.
Centra?
I'm done
Sintra.
with Centra.
Sintra and Catherine.
I am an
We
orange
need a
moth.
We have a backstory for Catherine.
We picked her up.
We picked her up from Andrathis, which is why.
Yeah, we should probably get our story straight on that.
Yeah. You said that you had a fight and ran after her to go to Andrathis.
I can't be a native to this city because I don't know much about it.
What place do you know a lot about?
Evra. Lived there
Then
for like
I
hundreds of years
guess-
now.
And I guess we picked you up in Ever on the way up.
And you ran to Andrathis. Why?
We got in a fight over Marty dying. I ran off. I'd like him to get me.
You're in a fight over who dying?
Maddie?
Matty?
You didn't make it into the city walls before Adalaie caught up to you.
I know.
That will not work.
Why not?
If the bartender has any memory, even though he was just about as old as I was, he might remember me near the upper ring.
Your alibi is shot, Adalaie.
To be
I'm gonna
Toss
fair,
this out there. Also, Adalaie like literally said the words that like it's not her first time in the city.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure she said that.
No,
I
guess,
she said that she came to Andrathis.
What
Oh,
tavern
she's
did you go? I went to stay at whatever tavern you went at. And I've got a pretty generic face and attitude, so they forgot.
ooh.
What did
You
you talk about
remember.
with the barkeeper, Adalaie?
It was about feathers versus feathers.
Feathers versus crap.
That was a
I
Hijack
remember
I
what
did.
Adalaie talked about, and it was very incriminating.
Yep! And that's why I don't want to mention it.
But it
I was
was less
talking
so
about where the house was, and that I had information about their little girl, and seeing her in Astracane. And then the murder happened.
Can't take that road.
Nope.
Adalaie,
It's a
can
big
you
city. What are the chances that they found that particular tavern?
Well, he might have come forth saying that, hey, this person was pretty suspicious. She was talking about the house where these people were murdered at.
Did you give the
You can
bartender
say-
your name?
No.
And just pretend it wasn't you.
Wait, did I?
Oh, God.
Oh dear God. It's good.
Fuck, I don't know.
Pretend on your way to the manor, or what? You ran into.
I'll just say I have a sister.
You ran into.
Great
Catherine.
idea.
It's face bombs. She definitely knows you don't have a sister.
Just say it wasn't you, and he has no way to prove that you were the person.
How
He
about
will
this?
ask.
Catherine got
He will
barely
pull
into
up the
city.
feather that I dropped.
How about this? Catherine got barely into the city. You found her. We got back. Anything that they say, he's an old man. He might have hallucinated it. Who knows? There's a black
And
market.
you're an old lady, so who knows? Maybe you forgot
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
If we're really caught with our pants down.
Uh-huh.
You can't remember half of the interaction anyway, so I think we're
We
in the
can
middle
say
of
you
that.
have what mental disease
Dementia.
can you say that you have? Dementia. You have dementia.
Honestly, it does run in the family, so yeah.
Adalaie has dementia.
Perfect.
Okay, so
You
I
ran
can't
into
remember anybody's names except maybe Catherine's, but I'll keep on calling her the wrong name.
Okay.
There's variations of
Cole?
Catherine, Katrina.
Yes.
Make sure that you get her.
Kathleen.
when we run back into Alice, make sure you get her name wrong at least 5 times.
Allie.
Alicia.
Oh, and make sure to mess up Emma's, mine and Jane's name, okay?
I'm gonna call you, like,
Ooh,
Emery, Amora.
you could get them confused for each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You call her Jane and you call me Emma.
Ooh, this will be fun.
Janice. Call me Janice and her Emery.
Yeah.
Jeanette.
Puts his head in his hands and just shakes his head.
Jeanette.
Why are we planning an elaborate lie?
Because
I
I
don't-
fucked up.
And we don't trust this person yet.
But wouldn't sticking to the truth be easier?
Would it
What?
though?
What are we
At
supposed to
least
do?
closer to the truth. Like, maybe let's not pretend you have dementia. Maybe that's maybe that's overstepping a bit.
Honestly, I might be in the starting phase. I'm not lying on that part.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Still, maybe overacting it might be.
A bit too much.
Okay.
Let's just go with your tensions were high, you don't quite remember what you did in the city, and you left.
Yes.
Easy.
Perfect.
And
Also,
so,
Ryan,
would
there's
love
something I wanted
see
to
her
talk to you
perfectly
about.
mess up her name.
Yeah?
Earlier, I wanted to try to contact Autumn or Kai with the sending stones, but I wanted to make sure you were here.
That's a great idea. Let's do it.
All right. So is there anything you want to say specifically? Because, I mean...
Just make sure they're all okay.
So...
And their
let's write-
location,
let's-
so we can, like, get them, and our location, so they could come to us.
Yeah. You alive? Question mark. We're in Sky's dead. Where you? Probably something like that. Oh, and say that Maddie's dead because they don't know that yet.
Also, Kays will chime in. It might not be the super best idea to overtly lie over and over again. To a person that we might be traveling with for a long time.
Where are you? Where are Kai, Alyssa, and Gabriel? Who else was left? Was that just those 3?
Hi, Alyssa, Gabriel. Are
Sarah.
you sending the message to Autumn?
Yeah.
And Sarah.
Oh boy. So what we saw
I'm sending a message to Kai too. I'm doing both of them.
Great.
Hey Autumn, you okay? We're in Sky said. Should we send it to Kai or Autumn first? Hey Autumn.
You know my vote.
Yeah.
You know mine.
Autumn,
You know mine.
where in Sky said, where are you? Where are Kai, Sarah, and Gabriel? 3 more. Ryan loves you.
That does kind of fit, Adalaie.
Yeah.
What?
I posted in the group chat the stages of dementia.
Wait.
Yeah.
We're gonna do them at the same time. Ryan, you can send one to Autumn. I will send one to Kai.
Yeah, it does match.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And I'll just replace the Autumn and Kai thing since you're sending it to Kai.
An ability to do arithmetic or read.
And for the loves you art, or we miss you.
Yeah.
So that's what will be sent.
Okay, so please read out this message.
I'll read out the one for Kai. Kai, are you okay? We're in Skystead. Where are you guys?
Where are
not
you?
guys. Where are you? Where are Autumn, Alyssa, Sarah, and Gabriel? We miss you.
Okay.
Jane at the end because there's an extra word.
Wow.
Ryan loves him too. Bro love, quote Adalaie. Quote Tele.
There
How
you
would
go.
Kai respond to this? We're all by Outram. Sarah's dead. Everyone else is alive. But we're not in great shape. We
Well,
can
actually-
try to make it to you.
Not sure. Hold up. Jane is gonna stop Ryan from the sending stone. He's gonna be like, Kai responded. Do we want to use why don't you use your message just to talk to Autumn? He said Sarah's dead, but other than that, they're all okay, but in rough shape.
He did this at the same time as you. He didn't wait
Okay.
for like a
Never mind.
signal. But
Alright.
he has a much different expression on his face.
What's going
What did
on?
Autumn say?
He hands you the sending stone. I need to take a walk.
Ryan,
Was this just
He's gone.
maniacal laughter? Oh god.
Jane's like, I'm gonna send another message to Kai. I think that's necessary for communication. So what else do we want to say?
Are we gonna try to
He
Are we gonna try to
Sarah
get
is
to them?
dead.
what?
Sarah is dead.
Problem.
They said they're in Outram. How far away is that?
It is the village where you guys were kidnapped from. They just went back to the field that they were taken from.
How far away from that is our day travel time are we? Travel time by plane.
By plane? 4 hours? 5?
Okay. And for them
Get
to walk
there and
to
back.
us?
They can fly, because Kai's there. They can walk on air.
Okay.
So probably a couple days still, but
Might as well just get in a plane, hop over to them, and hop right back.
Matthias is dead.
Not Kai, Sarah.
No, I'm writing another message to him. We are going to fly to you. Matthias is dead.
Sarah.
We will fly to you.
saving those words.
Okay.
Look out for airplane.
Look out for giant beacon.
Giant fly. Glowing airplane. I feel like Autumn's message was
We will
probably
fly
just
to
her
you,
laughing maniacally.
Should we go tomorrow morning? We will fly to you tomorrow morning. I'm asking you guys.
Well, we have to take a break tonight. Probably sleep. Then we should go get them tomorrow, I think. So, yeah.
And we need to let that other girl know that we're
Alice?
leaving. Yeah, Alec.
Alice.
Alice, that will be
Alice.
back.
Tell Alice that we're going on a short trip and we'll return shortly. No details.
Yeah.
Good.
Matthias is dead. We will fly to you tomorrow morning. Look out for a
Stay put.
giant glowing beacon. That's shorter word. Matthias is dead. We will fly
Glowing
to you tomorrow
airplane
morning.
section.
Look out for giant airplane.
Again, I can't mark times. They just put an X by the episode name.
Yeah.
Edit something. I have to re-listen to the whole episode. That's why editing takes forever.
When did we start the episode?
I have no clue.
Okay.
There's no way to mark specific time.
Never mind.
Anyway,
is Autumn Okay. Stay safe. The next message. Matthias is dead. We will fly to you tomorrow morning. Look out for giant airplane. Is Autumn okay? Stay safe.
No, I don't think she is. Can't describe it over message. You'll find out when you get here.
Oh boy,
That is worrisome.
that can't be good.
Jane's just like, okay, so is Ryan gonna come back anytime soon? Because
I think he needs some
time.
Aron, I think it might be wise if you go to bed now so that you can be prepared to fly in the morning.
He looks like he's almost gonna protest and then goes to bed. He's learned. You guys leave without telling us? What's the plan there?
Did we agree to meet with Alice tomorrow somewhere?
Yes, she said she'd come to our hotel.
Yeah, so we'll tell her in the morning. And Alice, yeah.
Not all of us need to go, do we?
Not all of us need to
We should
go.
stick as a group. Because
Well,
you guys are
splitting up
just
never
coming
has
back.
gone well.
Yeah, I think that might be better if some of us do stay here so that we'll have more room on the plane too.
The plane is the plane.
How big is this plane?
However big Aron makes it.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter how many people?
Yeah. I think
Doesn't matter at all.
number one rule, don't split up.
They'll just be
Broken
right
it many
back.
times before.
I think Ryan definitely needs to come.
As far as things have gone so far, I'm not certain the group will come back. So
I'm gonna go on the plane group because I don't know if any of them need medical help, and I can provide that.
Well, I won't be much use.
Ryan definitely should go if he feels
like it.
Yeah.
So
He's not gonna
Aron,
do that.
Ryan, and I are definitely going.
You have to go because of the blessing thing also.
Yeah.
don't you?
Adalaie might want to come
Aron
just
take
has
to
care
to
of
go
Adalaie.
so he can pilot the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can
Adalaie-
take it with Adalaie.
All right. And Felix and Ezekiel?
Should probably stay here.
Yeah,
And
I
Kate's
know.
and Catalina.
And Cades and Catalina.
Yeah.
So it'll be a 3-man rescue mission.
Okay. Then we're gonna skip to
Good
the
luck,
morning.
soldier.
Do
We're
we
gonna
run
skip to
into
the
Ryan?
morning. Eventually he does come back.
Can I give him a hug?
He'll take it. I'm assuming you filled him in on the plan. He agrees to go. But we'll skip to the morning when Alice arrives with Alec in tow.
Hi, Alice.
Hello, everyone.
Something
Change
really
of
urgent.
plan.
Yeah,
has come
all
up.
of them have like this vague sense of panic and worry now.
We're gonna go pick up some of our friends, only Ryan, Aron, and I, and we're gonna be back as soon as we possibly can, because they...
Should be like 8 hours, maybe. We're back by tomorrow.
Hopefully, if everything goes according to plan. The reason we're very urgent to rush this is because they were trapped in the labyrinth, like we
I'm
mentioned
not
to you.
stopping you. Go get your friends.
All right, so Jane's gonna rush off to do that.
Wait. Have you guys eaten breakfast yet?
No.
You can get
Probably
breakfast
not.
to go. Go get some food.
Slowly treks back to the kitchen.
Looks
Grabs
at
the
Ryan,
bagel.
who probably feels exhausted. Especially you. Someone as large as you has to eat a lot. And I just kind of comfortingly pat him on the shoulder.
Is this like buffet style or is this pay to eat? Because
No, this is definitely like a bed and breakfast. You get the breakfast with the room.
Because then Jane will start like packing extra biscuits.
Oh yeah. For the
And she will leave like. Have we gotten like feather change from the shopping at all?
Sure.
She'll leave some, like a little bit, what I think would be adequate for a small tip, and go after.
Okay.
Taking
And that you guys will take off. Oh, I'm assuming you don't talk about much in the airplane, so we'll pick back up with you when you get there. But until then, we'll stay with this group.
So, what did you guys have in mind for today? Did you want to see the sights, or...
You're not going to introduce me? Come on.
I'm sorry. This is the friend I was talking about. This is Alec.
hello, Alec. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Alec Eviza. And he'll hold out his hand to shake.
Alec, what?
Eviza.
Cades is still here, right?
Yes.
As the other empath in the group, he feels my mild amount of smugness.
You're mild smug.
Alright. Going to be honest, we didn't have a lot of time to think about what we were going to do today last night.
Yeah. Got an urgent message from a friend.
From the vibe I got, this journey hasn't been very kid-friendly. So I figured I'd show you guys around to the more fun parts of the city today before you guys started on whatever mission you have.
Alex, look you. Beach day.
Beach day.
Beach episode!
I'm just saying, the beach is absolutely gorgeous.
Especially today. There hasn't been a cloud in the sky for a while.
Yeah,
That sounds like a great idea. I'm going to go up to Ezekiel. Hey, Ezekiel, you want to go to the beach?
He'll look and kind of groggily because he'll just have woken up. He'll like take a moment to think about it and then nod excitedly.
Yeah, let's go.
I want to make a point of introducing myself to Felix.
He'll shake your hand. I heard something about the beach. He'll go over and grab a plate of food.
Yes. I think that the kids, at the very least, deserve a beach day.
I'm in for that.
True.
I haven't been to a beach in, like, ever.
When was the last time I was at the beach? I was in the Arctic for, like, 7 months, so I haven't been to a beach in a while either. Except the beach here is absolutely lovely, and I haven't had a day to just go lay out on the beach. But many a walks across it. Very pretty.
I live here. I've had plenty of days to just lay out on the beach. It's fantastic. Would recommend.
Keep it so clean.
Mages.
I assume it wouldn't be too hard with Mac and no plastic.
You'd be surprised. Humans are messy to begin with.
Yeah, I feel that.
Plastic just doesn't go away, is the difference.
And they will lead you to one of the public beaches here in Indrathna. So it's a little busier because it's a nice day and a weekend. But it's like busy in medieval terms. So like
maybe
not
100 people.
Nearly as busy as any one of us who's been to a busy beach is used to.
So like maybe 100 people.
Yeah, like if even.
Yeah.
Busy for this world.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm just assuming that this beachside town would have developed like surfing or boogie boarding at this point.
No, because of the barrier. The Denal's off the
that's
coast.
true.
You can go like there are no waves. You can go to a point in the water so you can swim, but the barrier makes it so like large waves don't come at it from the east side. So
Hey, tsunami safe. That's nice.
Tsunami's nasty. Yes, that is true.
I believe a few of our group had to survive. Okay.
you see a group of children burying presumably the dad in sand to his head. A tradition that has lasted to the end of time. Bury this dude in sand and laugh about it. Some kids have like drawn up lines in the sand and look to be playing some sort of unfamiliar ball game. Almost reminiscent to beach volleyball, but kind of like beach volleyball if beach volleyball was Foursquare.
Haha, that sounds fun.
So there are
Complicated,
4
too.
teams in these 4 large squares. And they're all viciously trying to get each other out.
Oh.
Alice will have like totally ditched her prosthetic leg and just be like, I don't want to get sand in the joints. That doesn't sound pleasant. So it's currently hopping around one-legged on the beach.
Alec finds you a stick.
I definitely use like a cane.
I go running into the water. Well, wait. He can't swim, can he?
Just put him on your shoulders.
You taught Ezekiel how to swim. You took a day
Yeah,
to do
like the
that
basics.
in...
Oh yeah.
Now we just taught him how to float.
He's 4. You're not gonna let him
Took
swim.
its time.
You're not gonna let him swim without like guidance.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
he could go in the water and probably not drown. There also aren't waves because of the barrier.
Yeah.
It is kind of just like a saltwater pool.
Well, I'm gonna go running into the water with Ezekiel and like,
It's
the
refreshing,
shadow
not
outside.
quite cold because of how hot it is, but cold enough to be refreshing on a hot day.
Adalaie just sits on the beach.
Yeah, Alice will lay out a blanket for her and Adalaie to sit on, and probably
they
Alec.
sell like trashy romance novels and other like cheap fiction on the boardwalk leading to the beach for entertainment.
Alice will lay down a towel, and she'll just sit there and tinker.
Jamaican.
Not quite sure. I want to make a cuckoo clock watch because I think it'd be funny,
Oh dear
but it's
God!
really hard.
Please no! Please don't do
Yes,
that. We have
do
3
it.
cuckoo clocks in the house, Alice, because of
Okay.
you. I owned 0 before you
Okay.
came. I own 3 now.
Okay, but imagine.
2 of them
Imagine
function as
further.
weapons.
Okay, but exactly. But imagine condense it further, and it becomes a ring
How,
at like
how
12
would you be
o'clock
able
noon every
to?
day.
How would you be able to make little hatchet, the cross things that pop out the bird?
I have like a whole tool. Like she has like a whole tool belt and like a bag full of like scraps and stuff.
It's so tiny though. It's like almost microscopic.
It's cool, isn't it?
It's interesting.
Alice definitely has those inventor's glasses that like
Yeah.
magnify.
Yeah, they click down.
Mm-hmm. One half of this group has a lovely day on the beach.
What's
Nothing.
going on with the other half?
It's beautiful. About 4 hours later, the other half of the group.
Oh, lovely. We get trauma.
More trauma.
I
but we
wanted
can
to
only handle
ask.
so
I
much.
wanted to ask Ryan what happened yesterday.
You're on the airplane, so you can talk for now. You're getting there.
Ryan, it's just Ryan and I because Aaron's in the front line.
Yeah.
Ryan, I heard from Kai that Autumn really wasn't doing okay. Are you alright?
I'm fine. I just hope that he is. I'm worried.
What did you get back in that message?
Practically nonsense.
Oh. Well, I'm here to hopefully be able to help everybody who's under the weather as much as I can, but I don't... Let's just hope that whatever's going on with Autumn is something that can be resolved.
I hope. And Aron calls out the landing to buckle your seatbelts.
Glowing tubes come from the seat.
Yeah, we established the roller coaster seatbelts, right? or did I imagine that?
We pull them down from the ceiling.
That makes sense because he can't make like fabric really easily. So it makes sense that they were like
if they were a bar, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I thought they were roller coasters, because things are always kind of metalish. So the chairs aren't really that comfortable either.
They have the little slot in the middle where it buckles in.
But you land near the clearing where you landed originally, where you can, once you get out, because again, no windows, glowing, can't make windows, you can see Kai, Alyssa, Gabriel, and Autumn, and presumably a grave marker for Sarah's body.
Jane just, like, takes a look at all of them. Do they have any noticeable, like, injuries? Oh dear God.
Do they have any notable injuries?
Let me run through the list.
Oh God.
Kai has tied a swatch of fabric around his left eye, across his face. Gabriel has put his right arm in a sort of wrapped where his hand should be in fabric. There isn't anything physically noticeably wrong with Autumn or Alyssa on first glance.
God. Guys. It's really good to see that you're all here.
Kai will walk up and slowly give you a hug.
And I'll hug him back.
It's good to see you too.
Is my healing magic something I need to roll for?
Change the game, yeah.
Okay.
If you would like to give or reduce a status. If you have leftover juice, which I am sure you do, you can also spend that.
Kai, can I lift this up?
It's not pretty. He will lift up. His eye looks fine, but he's holding it closed. Though it is kind of obvious because where one eye is rounded on the lid, the other is kind of flatter. Like it's pretty clear, even without opening, that the eye socket is empty.
Can I create an eye?
You can certainly try.
I would like to try. I rolled and I think this is blessed or cursed applicable because it's my kind of power tag creating
Sure.
Ability. I don't know if ambrosia is applicable in this sense, but it is to heal. So, Ashley, would you think it would work, or?
I mean, Mrs.
I'd like to think that it.
Jane is using, so it's up to you.
Yeah. Creative, because I'm using my powers in a way that I have not before.
Sure.
Blessed or cursed. I already had that one. Studious, because I've been studying how my powers work throughout this entire journey, having to use them in more ways than I have ever before used them. That will bring me to a 10.
Okay. You feel your magic start to work, and then something fizzles it. It fades. And he holds your hand, sort of takes it away from where you were healing. You lost these in the labyrinth. They're not coming back.
Oh.
And he looks very worriedly over at Alyssa and just kind of shoots a side glance at Autumn. Kai and Gabriel lost very physical body parts. But every so often, Autumn sort of giggles to herself. And sometimes she tries to wander off and Gabriel has to grab her.
She didn't lose her sanity, did she?
And Kai nods.
And I can't give back anything you've lost?
Don't think so.
And Alyssa?
Her tongue. Can't talk.
Jen will walk over to Alyssa and give her a hug.
And she sobs and sounds like she's trying to speak, but it's just without the ability to enunciate words, it really does kind of sound almost like nothing.
She's gonna stroke her hair and be like, Alyssa, there's someone I think we met who might be able to help you. Do you know what a polyglot is? Does she nod?
Yeah, she's pretty smart.
Well, we met one. And I think she might be able to help us talk to each other a little bit better. Just not in the way that we're used to.
So just hug you more.
And guess what?
And Ryan will sort of walk over to Autumn, who has no sign of recognition in her eyes.
Oh no. Jane will say to Alyssa, why don't you go be with Kai for a moment? And is gonna kind of make
She will look at you for a second in a weird way, but she will nod, and as soon as you turn, she actually goes to stand by Gabriel.
Oh.
It is kind of clear that, as you say that, both of them shoot awkward looks at each other. Like they know that's not gonna happen.
Okay. And she's gonna make her way over to Autumn.
She sort of laughs vacantly.
And I try to change the it's not a change the game.
Would you like to try to stop holding back?
Yes. What level is this?
This would be very, very dangerous because the labyrinth is very powerful.
Oh no.
I would leverage this as ultimate. Highest level. As you are currently.
Because I only have... How do you roll? Plus
Logos.
logos, and I have 3 logos. And what happened? If you fail ultimate, you die, right? Like Matthias?
Yep.
If you succeed...
You replace a theme.
Okay, so it's just one of the cards?
Mm-hmm. I would take a moment to think about this.
Yeah.
There are ways, perhaps later, for you to make this a lower level. Stop holding back.
Okay.
We don't need another dead person.
I would encourage perhaps not taking that risk.
Not right now.
No?
Not right now. I don't know how you lower that in the future, though. Could you give me kind of an example?
It's sort of like how you would lower a DC in D&D. You just make it so it's easier. Like,
Okay.
Like persuading someone who you're friendly to is much easier than persuading someone who you're enemies with. You just have to find ways to make healing easier or have help.
So presumably, if Hazel and I...
Like if you had more than one healer
Together?
try at this, perhaps you would lower the difficulty.
Would it be a stop holding back from both of us?
It would be from both of you at that point, yeah. But it would be lower, so you wouldn't be putting as much on the line.
Okay, and neither of us would die from losing that.
No, if it's one step lower, death is not on the table.
Cades isn't a healer. Well, Felix might be able to help because it's a memory thing.
True.
I don't know if we want Felix to do a stop holding back. Because that doesn't seem like a good idea, because I kind of get the feeling that Felix has 3 Mythos cards and only 1 Logos.
What?
Yeah.
No. Felix, the one who's been encouraged to use his powers recklessly this whole game? Never.
Can't you flip a Mythos to a Logos with a stop holding back?
Can.
And like, I don't know if Felix would be able to, though, because like that's optimal for Felix to not have 3.
Anyway, I'm assuming you all get in the plane.
How off her rocker is she?
She's very vacant and off, but not like, doesn't seem violent or just kind of seems out of it, like dazed, like on laughing gas, pretty much.
Okay, so she's like hires.
If you've ever seen a person right after they got their wisdom teeth out.
Sonya knows what that's like.
For our audience, Sonya just got her wisdom teeth
I
out.
don't, because I don't remember any of it.
Yeah, I mean,
but your parents do.
I've had the aesthetic. I don't know what it is, but I don't
Aesthetic.
know. Aesthetic, yeah.
Everyone kind of reacts to it a different way.
Yeah.
I
I've
sucked it
seen
off.
I just get
I got
pissed.
angry. Yeah,
I
I couldn't
get
say the
pissed.
word groggy. I kept saying froggy, and it made me really mad.
I slept
So-
off the worth of this and then was a little bit grumpy because I couldn't communicate well. My sister was hilarious, but she called me after. It was funny. Anyway.
Jane would like to turn to Ryan, and she's gonna like grasp his hand or something, and be like, "Hey, we're not gonna leave her like this. I promise."
Thanks.
Autumn's one of my best friends too, so seeing her like this is
Hard to stomach. But he will kind of gently lead her onto the plane.
Jane's gonna let Alyssa sit on her lap if Alyssa is up for that. Or next to her.
Alyssa will actually find her own corner of the plane and go to sleep.
Okay. She'll like give Kai like a questioning look and turn to Gabriel like after she's asleep, like, Guy, what happened?
There was one of the Labyrinth's games, and we drew straws. Everyone had to give up a thing based on a picture. Some people got the short straw.
Did you guys draw the pictures?
No. It was one of the Labyrinth's games. You had to give something to get out.
And why is Alyssa...
Sarah drew the short straw. And she lost her ability to breathe. And she didn't want to die slowly.
She'll just like nod. And like give Kai like an understanding of like, well, I think it's time for our story.
Yeah, I've heard, Kai will even, a lot happened at your end too.
So, Jane will like get ready to start and take a big breath.
And that is the rest of the time, because it's about 4 or 5 episodes would happen there, so... Getting back in the night. Did you say something, Cassidy?
I thought you were calling the episode, and I'm like, no.
I did too.
It's fall break. Unless you have something imperative to do, we can keep going. For a little while.
Okay. Can we get one more episode in after this?
I don't have interludes written, so unless you have them hidden somewhere.
I don't think I can do a whole episode. I played rugby for like 5 hours this morning.
I've got 1 more hour. Let's go. I only have 1.
We'll make this a special because we have a lot of time today, so we can go for another hour.
Okay.
But yeah, eventually, I'd say that you guys get back later in the evening. Probably just in time to rejoin the whole of the group. But we'll go back to Happy Town for a little while.
Soon to be Interrogation Town.
Oh yes, I figured that was coming pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I'll turn back on the Phoenix Wright music.
Yeah.
So it's probably a few hours into your beach day at this point. Are you going to save interrogation for when Jane gets back?
That's when Jane gets back.
Okay.
But I was kind of referring to Alice interrogating.
Okay, so Alice! How do you spend the day?
Well, mostly, like, actually playing with the kids, because she feels genuinely bad for them. To the best of her abilities on the beach. And then we'll sit down with Adalaie eventually and go, as she's tinkering, pull stuff out of her bag and just, yes, I've really been around a long time, so I understand people pretty well. Seen a lot of popular faces too. A lot of great tragedies. It's always horrible when you witness one, or even in the area for one.
Yeah. It's a great shame.
I don't think shame really begins to cover
it
it.
Doesn't cover it, but you know, when I was younger, my family and I took a trip to Italy. Unfortunately, it was in the years not too long after the whole Second World War.
Ooh, Italy after the Second World War.
Yeah, it wasn't the best idea.
After the Second World War, it was really rough after the Second World War, actually.
Do you remember where?
I'm feeling that this group is very accustomed to tragedy.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. The time the Second World War rolled around, I was very familiar with the European countrysides, and so I did my part.
Which country?
I was actually during the war in Germany.
Mhm.
After the war, I bounced back and forth between Germany and France until the 70s.
Oh, we could have met. I'm not joking.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Were you a punk counterculture person? Because that's really where I hung out.
No, in the countryside. Well, I guess you could call me counterculture in a way. I did smuggle a few things.
Smugglers.
Yeah.
My people.
Yeah.
They often do the work that needs to be done. Sometimes they do the work that really shouldn't be done. But, sometimes it does need to be done.
I smuggled
I
books.
smuggled clothes.
Oh.
And people, often. Getting people out of places was my thing.
Oh. Were you at the border? Is that what you were doing?
So my main thing was during the First World War.
Mm-hmm.
I was already familiar with the countryside.
Mm-hmm.
And they were brutal to civilians. Just maybe
I've
not
heard.
outwardly directly towards civilians, but had no care for what towns they tore through or families that got separated. And I decided I wasn't okay with that. And I got a small group together in the First World War. And what we did was we had a couple of spies who would provide us with the movements of the armies. And me and a couple of other really good riders would ride ahead and evac towns secretly. And then, so of course, when the Second World War rolled around, after we heard what was happening in Germany, we did our best to get as many people out of there as possible. And then Germany and France just kind of spiraled from there afterwards.
Yeah.
They picked themselves up eventually, but it was rough there in the middle. Yeah. Met some really good people then. But yeah, we may have encountered each other, especially if you were smuggling books. It's very likely that we encountered each other.
Yeah, we probably just didn't recognize each other.
No, at that time, I believe I didn't have any piercings. And I think I had died. No.
I would have been a
Had I?
teenager.
Oh. I apologize. Many teenagers. I encountered many teenagers.
Yeah.
And many teenage smugglers. They feel so much more comfortable when you look like one of them.
Adalaie shuffles through her pockets and pulls out one of her wallets.
Oh, are we showing
And-
photos?
Yes, she's gonna flip through her photo book in her wallet and pull up one of her younger self photos from like before they went on their trip to Italy.
Alice will like nod and then take the backpack that she's kept with her this whole time and take it off and reach all the way into the bottom and pull out a locked box and unlock it. Take the book out and like it's like a journal that has photos wedged and like pasted in every page.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have been post World War II.
I was 13. 14.
13. Do you remember what year you started smuggling? And here's a question. Were you any good? Would I have had to bail you out?
I was caught twice.
Okay.
Did you ever met a Clary?
That's a common French name.
I know, that's why I chose it.
Oh, I believe... Oh. And the whole smuggler's alias thing was also common. Hold on. I think I have photos. I have photos with people. And Alice will start will rapidly flip through her photo album trying to look for the years.
Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, I am pulling up Adalaie's sheet to figure out what year.
Do some mental math.
Yeah.
It'd be great if you guys had met before. That'd be fantastic.
Well, I mean,
Emma, what are you doing during the speech day?
I am continuing to play with the kids and distract them while I assume Adalaie is getting, interrogated heavily, but she's not because she's good at changing topics.
her secret power.
Small
Yeah.
talk.
Alice is just too nice because she's just like, ow.
Alec keeps giving you looks because he's still sitting there like, really?
I'm gonna play
I'm ignoring him.
you know that game where you play on the beach where you throw the ball at each other and catch it and throw it back. I'm doing that with
Catch.
and yeah. Well, I didn't. You know what I mean. I'm not good at languages. Languages is not my strong.
Okay.
This is why Emma is usually the one on the butt of the joke.
Even from afar, Jane still getting in those burns.
Adalaie doing mental math, counting her fingers. I think it was 71?
71.
Yes.
Okay, that's much more specific. And then Alice will like flip to a specific year in her journal, and then like search photos. Okay, you have to point to yourself. Did you ever stay in the churches?
Occasionally when me and Jane were thrown out.
Okay. Because we
You
took
might
over
have-
a lot of churches.
Yeah, in France especially. Ooh.
Yep. It was
Okay.
lovely. And you probably met my late husband.
Oh, who's your husband?
His name was Leon McLevy.
I would have to see a picture.
She pulls out a picture of him.
What does he look like?
You probably have seen him.
Okay.
Like totally punk, like and then there's a photo of Alice in the same photo. I'm pretty sure we probably did meet, and he was really active in the smuggling business then, so I'm sure you knew him.
Probably. If anything, Jane knew him, and I met him through her. But again, that was so long ago.
Yes, I keep meticulous notes. I don't like forgetting things.
Unfortunately, it wasn't till the 80s when I started to do that.
You two reminisce about being ancient.
While avoiding the topic.
Topic at hand.
The elephant in the room has been pushed comfortably in a corner.
Yep.
Been told to sit in the waiting room. Wait his turn.
Or who knows how long.
And I'll say eventually, Jane, you land the plane outside.
Oh wait, she doesn't know we're at the beach, does she?
She would have
I'll
no
go
way
up-
of knowing that.
I'll go up to the group while they're talking and be like, "Hey, Adalaie, this just occurred to me. They probably don't know we're at the beach. So
Yes.
maybe head back."
We probably should. But we can probably just look up into the sky and see when they come back.
Well,
They wouldn't land the glowing.
Yeah,
They won't
you
land
guys have been
nearby.
consistently landing outside of the city, so you don't get spotted.
yeah. They're likely to land outside of the city, so like we normally do.
Yeah. So I guess we should blah, blah, blah. I guess we should start heading back. I hate S's.
Yeah.
You spent a good solid 6 or 7 hours at the beach though, so
Yeah. I definitely got ice cream for a
yes, and you're definitely all sunburned.
Oh god.
I
Especially
like long
Alice.
sleeves.
She's pasty white.
Alex,
I
Alex
I've been wearing
snickers at you.
long sleeves.
I flip him off.
For the children. Covers your hand.
Yeah, they've seen worse.
My bad.
Trust me, they've seen much worse gestures done. Really?
At that, Alice just looks sad.
Well, they've been around adults and one of them the teenager, so.
Yeah. I definitely know what the middle finger is.
He has given it to us.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
I feel like as for a kid as young as yourself, you're handling this very well.
You've had a couple months, and it's kind of been non-stop action, so there's not been a lot of time to freak out.
I understand that.
We were given
I am
a
happy.
week off. That would be bad. Honestly, at this point, it's better to keep moving. There's no therapist in this world. I look at Kate. Well, no licensed therapist.
I can't be you guys' therapist. I can't. I know I functionally am, but you can't.
When does a therapist license end? Am I still licensed? She starts flipping back through her book.
When did you get licensed?
Oh, a very long time ago. I'm probably not still licensed.
Oh,
I'm
probably
definitely not licensed to practice here.
not. I doubt they have
I
any.
don't think there's such thing.
I'm sure there's mental health professionals here of some sort. They're probably not
Some
called
people counselors.
therapists.
There's mental health magic, I guess.
Yeah.
They can make you feel happy.
That sound, yep. Just gonna not.
Yeah.
They did not have Freud.
God, the AP psychic person in me just wants to come out, but I'm gonna put it in a box. I'm gonna pack that away.
Hey, modern
Mr.
psychiatry started all because people got mad at Freud's theories.
That is true. He was just very wrong about a lot of things.
Yes.
Anyway. You probably all meet up back at the Duck's Cradle.
Yep.
Where it sort of does become immediately clear what has happened to everyone.
Emma, trust me.
Too tired.
Promise me you
Huh?
never go to the labyrinth and cheat yourself out again.
I have no plans to ever go back there.
Jesus. We need to get you guys proper medical care that's not just bandaging things.
So, which one of you needs help first?
Here will sort of go. The labyrinth's magic means that it would be very difficult for magical healing to get our things that we've lost back.
Okay, I understand that.
We might be able to work on mind. Glances
What
over at
kind of
Autumn.
magic do you have, Alice?
I do have a healing ability, but it's not very clean.
What do you mean by that?
Like, physically not clean. Like, there is a reason I don't have a leg anymore.
Oh, it's like transmutation.
Not really. It's, like, really gross.
Is it rubbing dirt in the wound?
No, it's, like, really clean. Like, I need to... Are there other people with healing abilities? Could we, like, double team this thing?
The other
I'd need
one-
more specifics before it's even considered.
I have to physically feed them a piece of my body in order for them to heal.
Oh.
How did you get rid of a leg? What the fuck happened to that person?
So, I mentioned how I liked to travel in front of armies in World War
Oh dear Lord.
I. And you know, when a new power manifests, sometimes you use it carelessly. And you know, modern medicine wasn't an issue, and I'm physically removing, I gesture the scars on my arm, chunks of my body, and I figured I'd just be fine to just, you know, heal person after person after person, and it got infected. And I don't have a leg. So I would like some reassurance that someone has my back, and then we'll go at this.
Would this be multiple stop holding backs, Ashley?
Yes, absolutely. Though with 2 healers on the job, I will lower it to a no return, if you would like to attempt. But it would be 1 for every individual person.
Mm-mm.
So due to the nature of my healing abilities, is there anyone that absolutely cannot live with that injury?
Glances over at Autumn.
That's not something that your abilities can help, though.
Is it a mental thing?
Yes.
They can.
Oh?
Yes.
How does that work?
It's a cure-all. It is like a cure-all.
Oh, so like you can hand them any part of your body. It doesn't have to be...
Does hair work?
No. Like, story-wise, it's supposed to be a piece of my thigh, but I found that arms also work. So, because I'm starting to run out of thigh, guys. It's kind of ridiculous.
Hey.
And I've also found that auto-cannibalism doesn't heal myself. So, that's not a fun thing to figure out through experimentation.
Was this in the Arctic?
No, actually.
terrified to find out where.
Pretty sure I was in Australia.
Ah, that makes sense, actually.
Yes, deserts aren't really fun for me.
I would say
So,
mueve. Like Miss Anna.
her? She's the one that needs help?
Jane will nod and be like, I'll help you.
I'm going to sit down and get a fairly sharp knife if you give me a moment. Actually, we should probably go outside to do this, so it's easier to clean up.
Let's go to a secluded area. Just us.
Alec sighs and like gets out a medical kit that he's been carrying around this whole time. How did I know this would happen? It's like every time we go out with you, you find an excuse to use your power.
I literally said the words that they seem like the type of people who need a lot of healing.
I thought you meant like, let's give them lots of love and gifts and show them a nice day at the beach. But no, it's always real and
No, you
I
didn't.
metaphorical with you.
I
No,
meant it
you
both
didn't.
ways. I meant both ways.
Oh yeah, that's why I brought the med kit.
How about just us, Ryan and Autumn? Because Ryan, I think you might want to be there. Are we gonna?
And she'll fish out a flaying knife from her bag that clearly looks comfortable in her palm.
Jane will be like, do we need to tie her to a chair? Because I don't know how. How is Autumn acting? Like, is she?
Again, just generally kind of out of it. She's not. Occasionally she'll try to like, oh, something catches her eye and she'll try to wander toward it. But other than that, like, most of the time she'll stop if, like, Ryan grabs her and, like, tells her to sit down again.
Okay.
So I'll just, like, stand up and be like, do you want to help escort her outside? And then you probably shouldn't. You probably should go back inside. Because the process is happening. It's kind of gross.
Does Ryan
Alice will
like?
kind of put out her hand for Autumn.
Ryan will sort of just give you a very dead look in the eye, and he won't say anything, but he'll like slowly shot him over. He'll keep hard eye contact.
How would you like me to go about doing this? Would you like me to boost your own magical power, or provide my own in addition to yours?
Both sounds nice. Let's go with both options.
Then I would like to roll change the game.
Okay.
We're rolling stop holding backs?
First, Jane is going to roll a change the game to boost your ability.
Okay.
Which I will say, if she succeeds, it'll give you a +1 on your stop holding back.
Okay.
Yep. Blessed or cursed?
What'd you roll?
Obviously. I rolled an 8.
Okay.
So, actually, are we in range of mouse?
No, absolutely not.
Not
Near
anymore.
Grips.
Okay.
Near Grips. Nowhere near him.
I would like to add blessed or cursed. And can I use powers long forgotten?
Absolutely.
I haven't used that one a lot, so I kind of wanted to.
Go right ahead. Okay. So you got your 10. I know what you're going to do. You're going to give her
Can I boost her tag again?
Sure. Yeah, we can do any other improvement. And scale up the effect, probably.
Yeah.
Make it more powerful.
Yeah, because we shouldn't have to prolong it.
And
It should
then
just be one.
I need both of you to roll me stop holding back, no returns. You have an extra +1 on yours, Alice.
That's an 11 total.
Okay.
It's just
success.
our roll plus our logos, right?
Yep.
I got a 10.
Okay, then you are both going to mark a fade or crack on the corresponding themes, so on your healing themes, and you're going to burn all the power tags on that theme. So you can't use them until you've taken a lot of downtime. Quite literally a lot of downtime. Like, it takes one session of downtime to get rid of each burn.
Okay.
So you're going to need to, like, recharge this for quite a while. Describe to me how this happens, with as little detail as possible on one of your parts.
Well, Alice will just pick an unscarred chunk of her thigh, and then kind of put it in Autumn's mouth and hand over her mouth until she follows.
Okay. Jane?
Jane, after blessing Alice, will go to stand behind Autumn and put both of her hands on Autumn's head and try to focus her energy and use the powers that she forgot how to use with mental and emotional problems to assist her in dragging the insanity out of Autumn's brain.
I'm going to stop holding back as designed. It's for new and never before seen ways or scale, so both of those fit. For a moment, there is a flash, and you can feel Autumn sort of convulse. But she sort of splutters and coughs, driblets of blood. Her eyes sort of fog up before they clear. And she immediately throws up.
Hello?
Alec walks over with like a trash bin already prepared.
Yeah, it's really bad this time.
And he grabs some bandages for you, and you need help.
Jane will actually stop you.
He'll make a gesture that you know is like, do you want him to use his magic to dull the pain? Give you a thumbs up.
Can Jane even heal right now? Or is she, like, unable to heal Alice's wound?
Alice's wounds have to heal on their own.
Okay.
Because magic. You could probably heal it with a change to the game. You'd have to roll for it. It wouldn't be as easy, but...
Does Autumn look like she needs a little healing, too?
She just looks generally sick. She does look sane and better and isn't, like... But she clearly remembers what happened.
Autumn, is that you? Hello?
Give me a second to throw up everything and anything I've ever eaten, and I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at that
Alec.
as a good
Can
yes.
you get her some water? She needs some water.
I'll be right back with some water.
And I will be right back with Ryan, Jane says, and goes to get Ryan.
And Autumn and Ryan will hug, though Autumn quickly has to go back to, like, vomiting profusely.
I'm sorry. It's not pleasant for either parties.
You definitely succeeded, so don't apologize. Just give me a second to expunge this memory from my whole being.
Cough, Felix can help with that.
You probably have yeah, no. You're gonna lose at Never Have I Ever at this point.
It's already so hard playing that game as Rift.
Imagine being a 200-year-old Rift.
Oh dear God, we need to play Never Have I Ever. You'd lose.
A Rift game of Never Have I Ever. Just, yes. Never have I ever used my powers to cheat on a test. Everyone puts a finger down.
Never have I ever cheated, and never have I ever.
Yeah. Autumn and Ryan stay outside for a little bit more, both to talk and for Autumn to stay in the fresh air.
I waddle inside.
Oh, Alice, there's someone I'd
Yes.
like you to meet.
Yes.
And she walks over to Alyssa.
You must be Alyssa.
Actually, Alice.
Mhm.
Alyssa, what Alyssa lost in the labyrinth, is her ability to speak. I was wondering if you happen to know sign language as well?
Yes. And I would be happy to teach it, actually. That's what I was supposed to be hired for anyways. Here we are. Alyssa, do you want to learn sign language?
She'll nod, but she would rather be able to talk, clearly.
Can you make
What
a
I just-
mechanical tongue?
Don't give her ideas. I don't want to see her trying to test
don't
that. Please don't.
say-
No,
Well.
and then I feel like it'd have to. That is getting a little complicated. Like even like a good prosthetic leg hurts most of the time. It's just fake body parts is sometimes difficult.
Could we get her a magic item that allows her to, like, write in the air or speak?
Right now, let's start with sign language.
Good idea.
Oh,
you
that's
have
what we have
the
access
rest of
to.
us that as well at the same time.
We can sit
Am
along
I-
and listen while she teaches Alyssa.
True.
Officially a sign language teacher.
I think so.
I can do that. I'm actually very happy with that role.
Kind of snicker.
Thank you a lot.
Getting a
Thank
job
you
in
very
one
much,
day.
Alice.
What'd you say?
Busybody? Look at you getting a job in one day.
Literally have like 4 jobs.
Yes, you do. This is your 5th, actually. Congratulations.
Yes. I'm so happy. I guess I'm going to stay up tonight making flashcards.
I can help.
Do I have flashcards?
Is Earth Sign Language the same as Althoran Sign Language?
Is there
I
also
don't know.
sign language?
Please speak Altharan sign language to me.
He will, and it is.
Yes.
Then I can help.
I high five him.
No,
Crisp
is it
sound.
ASL or is it
It's probably ASL.
ASL.
Oh, actually,
Well, it'd be ASL both. Because
Yeah.
American Sign Language and Altharan
Altharan
Sign
Sign
Language would
Language.
both be
oh, that's
ASL.
great.
that's great.
I imagine you also know like BSL too, and like
Oh, dear me.
Literally every language.
yeah,
Spoken and unspoken.
I was kind of counting on.
I'm waiting for you to break out the the other languages.
No one else has spoken there. There are
I
there are
have.
player characters who
I-
can speak other languages, and none
I
of them have
asked.
spoken in their languages.
I asked, do you speak German in German, and you never responded.
I did not hear you say that.
No, I didn't hear that either. It might have been one of the times you
Mm-mm.
froze up, Sonya.
Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
either.
Ja, ich spreche Deutsch.
Great. Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah, I only know Italian cuss words.
Great.
What an Adalaie sentence.
There's some really good Italian cuss words.
Oh, there is.
I don't remember which language this one was, but there's a really good one about a tree.
Anyway, you guys are back together. What do you guys talk about? What is your
I'm
what is your
gonna
conversation?
Push.
I'm gonna go up to Jane.
Okay. Right, real quick, I'm gonna make Alyssa and Ezekiel hang out a little. I'm gonna like.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna go up to Jane and pull her aside and be like, what happened?
So apparently, their game was to draw sticks. and it was whoever drew a stick had to lose the corresponding picture of a body part.
Oh.
Kai lost his eye. Gabriel lost his hand. Alyssa lost her tongue. Autumn lost her mind. And Sarah lost her lungs.
Lungs?
And Sarah didn't want to die a slow death. So, Kai...
Oh. That explains that. I hope we never go to the labyrinth again.
If we go there again, there's no way we're getting out alive.
I mean,
I'm
I
just
know a
telling
back
you
exit,
now.
but I doubt I'd be able to go there again.
You at least for sure would not make it out alive. I
I
guarantee
would
you.
be killed immediately.
There's
I have
no
that
way
feeling
she would
with
let you
them
go a third
twice.
time.
Yeah.
Third time's
She
a
didn't want
charm.
to let me go for a second time. I got out.
How did you even
Help.
find the back exit?
I did a favor.
For who?
Nick? Was it Nick?
Nope.
The potions?
Nikita.
No. Nikita. Close enough. I got the first part right. Nikita. He should have come here to unpoison you guys, I think.
He did. I was
Good.
They were
really
kind of already
surprised.
mind controlled at that point.
Different poison, same thing.
What in the world was the favor?
Well, I had to deliver a potion to a dragon. That was the favor.
Oh, and the dragon.
And that got me out. Because I sweet talked the dragon. I'm getting better at talking to dragons.
You really are. That's a very interesting skill
Maybe
to have.
it's just the dragon. The dragon was she was really nice. I don't remember her name.
How unfortunate to be trapped in
Hemisphere.
a labyrinth.
What?
Hemisphere.
Yennefer?
It's like hemisphere, but with an NS.
Right.
Yep.
Hemisphere. Right. Yeah. She's been trapped in the labyrinth for a long time. Like, that's where her seal is. As a dragon pet. Oh, God. Oh, no.
Like a teacher's pet. Finish that analogy.
Yeah, I probably should.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, she's been in there a long time. She doesn't even know that, like, the Great Fae, our Fae, aren't on there anymore. And apparently, like, the mountain range and the forest were made by the Great Fae dying. And that's what they're named after?
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah. I didn't tell her. And apparently she had a bunch of children, and she was asking like what they were. I just said I didn't know anything about it. I changed the subject. Kind of like how Adalaie did.
You don't say it out loud.
You're all still sitting in the same room.
I know, I told Jane aside to ask this question.
Yeah.
I got a lot of interesting knowledge of like the past from that. Some stuff I already knew, but a lot of it was pretty interesting.
You should talk to everyone about it sometime.
Yeah. Not right now, I say, looking in the general direction of Alice.
I feel so helpless right now. I wish I could
Tell me about it.
undo all of the magic, but
At least you can try.
I don't want to
At
die
least
like
you
Maddie
have
did.
healing. At least you have healing. I don't even have that.
At least I
How
have
much
what?
work- At least you have healing. I don't even have that.
You don't
All I
have
have are
feelings?
stupid wings that
Healing.
protect the living.
Healing.
Healing. Magic healing powers.
Wings are cool, dude. I wish I could fly.
They're not even physical. I can't even fly with them. They're just ethereal.
They're like barriers, though,
It's
right?
good.
I have nothing to protect myself.
Only when something comes at me, then it's barrier. Otherwise, it's worthless.
I'm like 3/4 normal human. I can only heal people. Well, I guess I can boost their magic stuff too, but like,
That is really good power. You
It's
saw how
useful.
it got us airplanes. Are you kidding? It's so good.
I just, now with Matthias gone, and I feel like I can't really hold my own in a fight apart from healing people.
I feel that.
I don't really know a lot about your new powers, but you've always been really creative on the fly. I mean, you talk to dragons, Emma. And you're still alive?
I think this is the first time you've actually been nice to me. Thank you.
That is a lie. We've gone shopping together so many times for your spare books.
True.
I wish
We had never gotten stuck here. I wish we were still stuck as roommates, and that was the worst problem we had.
I have to agree with you there.
In love with the same boy. How stupid does that seem now? To like the same, hate each other because we like the same boys. Boy,
I don't hate you.
childish. I don't either.
I mean, we have to live with each other. If we hated each other, that would just be hell on earth. We could get in a really bad prank war, and we have avoided that for so long.
We have. Yeah. I'm terrible at pranks. That would have ended real fast. Probably the worst you would have gotten is a paint bucket on top of the door. And even that would have probably failed and ended on my head instead.
Not sure you would have gotten away with that either. Getting the paint stains out of the floor would have been a real hassle.
Oh, true.
But
But I
not be getting the deposit back on that apartment.
but I
is a
was
better
able to
choice.
read your mind. I was able to read your mind, so I probably would have been able to predict all of the pranks.
Well, I could read your emotions, so I could predict when you were feeling particularly mischievous.
You know, it'd probably just be both of us dodging each other's traps the entire time.
And some poor unsuspecting third party would get all of the
no.
butt into all of them.
Just probably Kai coming
Yeah,
in to
probably Guy.
see us, bucket on the head. Better times.
We're like halfway in, and I still have no idea who I want to choose as my person. This
I
is
don't think
so
any of us
less
are
than-
gonna know. It's just one fucked up situation to another.
At this point, it's more of try not to die before the turn of picking ends than, hey, we need to find somebody to rule a country.
Yeah.
Well, as you guys reminisce, what is everyone else up to?
Like trying to converse like happily with everyone else, even though no one's probably in the mood to talk.
Yeah. Alec's just been going around and introducing himself to everyone and trying to get everyone's name and face in order.
Who do I want to single out?
Adalai's not really talking to anybody. Hint, hint.
No, not for that reason.
Okay.
Alice doesn't like you enough to help you with that.
Help me with what?
I think she's gonna go single out, right?
All that. Just,
Yes.
just to all of you.
Yes. I think. Who am I getting the strongest emotions from right now?
I know everyone's kind of a mess.
Okay.
Because nothing but bad things have happened.
I mean, Felix is younger. How is Felix feeling right now?
I mean, generally grieving, because Matthias is dead. And he has a very odd mix of, like, general distaste and horror, but that's lower down.
Okay, this is just intuition. Does Felix like vibe like he's a sweet kind of kid, like would appreciate sweets or salty snacks more?
Looks like a sweet tooth person.
Okay. Alice will snag some cake, and then I'm assuming Felix is like kind of probably sitting near Ezekiel somewhere off in the corner or something.
Yeah, Ezekiel, he's like vaguely watching Ezekiel and Alyssa.
Alice will slide cake in front of them and then shoot the younger two a wink and just be like,
and both of them giggle softly and try very obviously to like eat the cake but hide the cake and get it everywhere.
And she'll kind of lean over to Felix and be like, "Are you okay?"
Like generally or right now? Right now I think I'm pretty good because you just put a great peace offering in front of me. Really, I think this is the best lead. I think this is the best lead into a conversation I've had yet. Cake.
Is that not a thing that people do to you? Like, that's how you butter up a person.
I'm sure I've been
like, hey.
I'm sure food has gotten shoved in front of me, but this was definitely the most overt.
But like generally, how are you coping?
Generally, I think I'm in the same mindset as everyone else here, and like panicked screeching noises.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can hear that.
Just saying, whatever therapy I was gonna get from being a rift, I need to double that.
Do you have a parental figure here with you?
No.
That's lovely. Who have you been talking to?
No one in particular.
So no one at all is the answer I'm getting?
I mean, we've talked to each other vaguely, but I think you'll learn the longer you're here is that the communication is not good.
Yeah, not peak communication at all.
And, like, it's kind of hard to talk about emotional issues you're having when you know for a fact everyone is having the same, if not worse, emotional issues.
Yeah, but your emotional issues are not everyone else's emotional issues. And I'm not having those emotional issues. So if you wanted to talk about them, I'm the perfect person.
Yeah, but no offense, I did just meet you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, great start. Holds up the cake.
Yes. And I am always here to talk and swear on my life, anything you tell me that you don't want outed or retold.
I bet when you were my age, you were a mom friend.
I have eternally been... No, actually, not really. Actually, at your age, I was kind of an asshat. I'm not even gonna lie.
You're definitely the mom friend now.
I was stubborn. Yes, I feel like it comes with the whole experience aspect, just the length of life thing. I was quite reckless when I was younger. Yes, very reckless. Very rash.
I'm gonna say this nicely. We don't need more reckless. We really don't need more reckless.
No.
Are you cautious? Take caution. We'll take caution. We're fresh out of it. We're fresh out of caution. We really need some more of that.
I did grow out of that, yeah. When I was younger.
How patient are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
900.
Beautiful.
Yeah, by reckless, when I say I was younger, There's like the whole, when I was born, there's like the societal expectations. My voice is giving out. Like when and where I was born, there's like a societal expectation for women. I didn't like it very much.
No,
So,
probably not.
I was
Imagine
stubborn.
That would be fun.
Yes. There's a reason I don't have any biological children, and probably never will. But yeah. I have patience for days.
Beautiful.
And
Please direct it at the adult members of our group.
I'm not really okay, but my concern is generally over the younger members of the group.
I'll take your concern. Direct your patience over there, though. They need more of it. Can you send it their way?
I will do my very best to influence them with patience
We
and a
desperately
little
need
bit of calm.
we desperately need a good influence.
I will do my very best.
We're like fresh out. All the good people went to the other groups.
How many other groups are there? I know there's like 20 of you.
3 counting us.
3 counting you? That makes sense. And then you mentioned that one was in the Mirror Grove. And that you weren't invited. There.
Oh. We have like 2 glowing people then, so stealth missions weren't exactly our forte.
Stealth missions aren't my forte.
You'll fit in great.
Sometimes I make a squeaky noise when I walk, and I'm painfully clumsy. And I step on my hair frequently.
You'll fit in great.
Yeah.
But on that note, we are going to pull away. To focus on a small scrap of paper held in the hands of a singular figure, who seems familiar. Contract for Nikita of the Poison Blood. Pay 10,000 crowns and home estate in Skystead. Job: I want the heads of the people who killed my family. Underneath is a small sketch of the wrinkled faces of Adalaie and the sharp form of Catalina. In his other hand, Nikita holds a newspaper from the city and reads the report on the massacre. He looks at the missing jars of poison on his shelf and sighs. Not what I gave you those for. He stands up and places a few vials in his bag before stamping the paper with a loud thud. It appears that he had work to do. And with that, episode 53 of Kingmakers Forever comes to a close. I've been your MC. We will see you all next time.